Want to speak real Russian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at RussianPod101.com.
Welcome to RussianPod101.com. Русский язык за 3 минуты. The fastest, easiest and the most fun way to learn Russian. Привет, меня зовут Светлана. Очень приятно. Hi, I'm Svetlana. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Russian expressions. It's super easy and it takes only 3 minutes. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to introduce yourself in Russian. There are a few ways to do so, depending on how formal you want to be. Let's first take a look at an informal way to introduce yourself in Russian. It's very short and simple. Привет, меня зовут Светлана. Очень приятно. Hi, I'm Svetlana. Nice to meet you. Привет, меня зовут Светлана. Очень приятно. Start with the greeting «Привет». Then you introduce yourself by saying «Меня зовут» and then your name «Меня зовут Светлана». Finally say «Nice to meet you». The simplified and very casual phrase for it is «Очень приятно». The whole phrase will be «Привет, меня зовут Светлана. Очень приятно». Now let's take a look at more formal version for greeting and self-introduction. It's a bit longer than the previous one. You ready? Here we go. Здравствуйте, меня зовут Светлана. Приятно познакомиться. Hello, my name is Svetlana. It's a pleasure to meet you. Здравствуйте, меня зовут Светлана. Приятно познакомиться. What has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these together. First, we changed the greeting word «привет» to «здравствуйте». It's very formal and official greeting which can be used any time of the day, morning, afternoon, evening, or even at night. Luckily, the phrase you use to introduce your name stays the same. Меня зовут Светлана. Next, after giving your name, you say «приятно познакомиться». It's more formal, but can be used in informal greeting as well. It literally means it's a pleasure to meet you. Once more, the formal way to introduce yourself is «Здравствуйте, меня зовут Светлана. Приятно познакомиться». In the sentence «Меня зовут Светлана», «меня» is myself, and «зовут» is to be called. So the literal translation is I'm called Svetlana. Unlike English, where I would say, my name is Svetlana, in Russian we basically say, somebody calls me Svetlana. Interesting, huh? Now it's time for Svetlana's tips. It's common to shake hands both when you greet somebody and leave them in Russia. Handshaking is more common for men, but women also practice it a lot lately. And don't forget direct eye contact. It's very important in Russia. Good friends usually give hugs and kiss each other on the cheeks 3 times. Okay, that's it for this lesson.
Hi everyone, my name is Katyusha and today we're gonna be doing top 25 Russian phrases. Let's start! Начнем! Здравствуйте! Hello! Здравствуйте! Hello! For example, Здравствуйте! Не подскажете, как пройти в библиотеку? Hello! Could you tell me how to get to the library? We also have another phrase for hello, which is informal and sounds like Привет! 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 Hello! Доброе утро! Good morning! Доброе утро! Good morning! Whenever you wake up, you just go Доброе утро or Доброе утро. Доброе утро. Sounds like that, okay? Добрый день. Good afternoon. Добрый день. Good afternoon. Добрый means that something is good. So people are wishing you something good in the day when you wake up, when they meet you at school at the daytime or like in the evening. But usually you say привет, which is hello. Добрый вечер. Good evening. Добрый вечер. Good evening. I guess you can switch it to привет if you talk to your friends, but yeah. If you talk to strangers, you better say polite way and say Добрый вечер. Good evening. Добро пожаловать. Welcome. Добро пожаловать. Welcome. You're welcome to come, right? Same with Russian, it's good that you came. Добро пожаловать! Добро пожаловать в Россию. Welcome to Russia. Как вас зовут? What's your name? Как вас зовут? What's your name? So first, when you see a stranger, you have to say Здравствуйте. Как вас зовут? Меня зовут. My name is. Меня зовут and your name. My name is. Ding, 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 ding. Let's practice. Здравствуйте. Как вас зовут? Меня зовут Катя. How was it? Am I talking to myself? Приятно познакомиться. Nice to meet you. Приятно познакомиться. It was nice to meet you. Здравствуйте, как вас зовут? Меня зовут Катя. О, приятно познакомиться. Got it? Как дела? How are you? When you meet anyone you know, you want to ask what? You want to ask, how are you, right? So sometimes instead of hello, you just go, how are you? Как дела? Привет, как дела? Literally, how are your things going? So now you can make a conversation. А у тебя? How about yourself? Привет, как дела? Хорошо. А у тебя? And how are you doing? Which makes sense. So they care about you. They want to know how you're doing. It's nice. Спасибо. Thank you. Спасибо. Thank you. Привет, как дела? Хорошо, спасибо. А у тебя? Пожалуйста. Please. You're welcome. Пожалуйста. Please. Or you're welcome. The difference in please and you're welcome is just the way you say it. For example, Mom, please, I don't want to go to school. Пожалуйста, мама, я не хочу идти в школу. Which we can hear every morning. Or you can say, present, an iPad from my friend is like, спасибо. And they go like, пожалуйста. Like, you're welcome. Что нового? What's new? Что нового? What's new? Basically, it's same as как дела. Just you want to know more details of how things are going. So, привет, как дела? Что нового? Hi, how are you? What's new? До встречи. See you later. До встречи. Usually we don't wave hands. See you later, see you soon. Means literally, till next time I see you. До свидания. Goodbye. Or you can say пока-пока, which means bye-bye. Где находится туалет? Where is the bathroom? Где находится туалет? Where is the bathroom? You can make it shorter because the word находится literally means located or to be, can be just cut out. So you can just say где туалет? Where is the toilet? Or you can ask где здесь туалет? Where is the toilet around here? It's a very important phrase because it's not easy to find free toilets. Remember that one. Сколько это стоит? How much does it cost? Сколько это стоит? How much is it? How much does it cost? So try next time when you're shop. Я хочу заказать. I would like to order. Я хочу заказать. I would like to order something. Я хочу заказать салат. I would like to order salad. You made up your mind, so you want to order this. So я хочу. If you want to say it in a more polite way, for example, you're in a very high-end restaurant, and so you want to be polite with the waiter, so you could say я бы хотел заказать. I would like to order. Я бы хотела заказать чашечку кофе. I would like to order a cup of coffee. That would sound much nicer. Счет, пожалуйста. Check, please. Счет, пожалуйста. The check, please. Oh, официант. Счет, пожалуйста. Now you can have a dinner or lunch in the restaurant. That's nice. Который час? What time is it? Который час? What time is it? Excuse me, what time is it now? Извините, который час? Извините. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Извините. I'm sorry and excuse me. If you say I'm sorry, you can say извините, like you're really sorry about something you've done, but you can say excuse me, like you stepped on somebody's foot in a train. You can say ой, извините, хорошо, good, okay, хорошо, okay, good. When somebody asks you how are you doing, как дела, you can say хорошо, спасибо, I'm good, thank you. Помогите, help. Помогите, someone, help, help, help me, somebody. Помогите. For example, if you're a big forest and you don't know your way out, so you have to shout to let people hear you. So you're like, помогите. But it's really rare situation. I hope you won't be in it. Да. Yes. Да. Yes. Russian people say a lot. Да, 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 да. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. Да, да, да. Нет. No. Нет. No. Нет. Would you like to go to dinner with me? No. Нет. Thank you for watching. And today we did top 25 Russian phrases for daily conversation. And don't forget to subscribe for our channel. Thank you. Bye-bye. Пока-пока. Oh, Katya, thank you so much. You're so good. Oh, не за что.
Здравствуйте, я Светлана. Welcome to RussianPod101.com's Alphabet Made Easy, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn the Russian Cyrillic alphabet, the alphabet. Over the next 20 lessons, you learn everything there is about the reading and writing of the Russian language. By the end, you'll be ready to dive into the world of Russian literature, make your way through Russian cities, and really accelerate your Russian study. Ready to start? Then let's go! The Russian alphabet contains 33 letters. Seeing them laid out like this might seem intimidating, but the trick is to take it step by step, character by character. Don't worry about how hard it looks now. Just stick with me, and in a few short lessons, you'll see how easy it actually is. I have some really good news for you. Russian is largely phonetic. This means words are actually pronounced exactly like they're written. Also, if you look at all the characters, you will notice that many are exactly the same as English letters. We'll use this similarity to English to tackle the Russian writing system. Let's separate the letters into 4 types. True friends. They look nice and they are nice. These are letters which look and sound just like English letters. False friends. They look nice, but don't be fooled. These look like English letters you're familiar with, but sound different. New friends. They might look scary, but you'll warm up to them easily. These are letters you haven't seen before, but they have familiar sounds. Strangers. These will be the tricky ones. They look different from anything you've seen before, and don't have similar sounds to English either. We'll start nice and easy with some true friends. So, let's begin. We'll start at the beginning. Ah. So what sound does this letter make? That's easy, because the name of the letter almost always describes the sound that the letter makes. So it's pronounced ah. That's why this is a true friend. It looks like an English A and it sounds like an English A. What you see here are the printed forms. This is what you'll see on signs, newspapers, and anywhere that the letters are printed mechanically. As you can see, both the versions of A look the same as A in English. Now it's time to take out your pencils. We are going to practice writing. Find some paper and follow along. Even though it is rare to see the printed version of Russian handwritten, you'll practice writing them so you can get used to the shapes. Okay, here we go. Here is the uppercase. And here's the lowercase. Nice. Time for the next letter? Not yet. You just saw the printed version of A. However, when writing by hand, Russians use cursive letters exclusively. This is the way Russians learn to write ever since elementary school. Even though you practice writing in the print style, it's very rare to see that in the real world. When you write Russian, it's going to be in the cursive style. The cursive uppercase A looks like this. While sometimes there is a big difference between the printed and cursive letters, R is pretty straightforward. It's one long stroke and then a short one in the middle. Now here's the lowercase handwritten A. This is very easy too. It's similar to the cursive A in English, and it's also very easy to connect to the next letter. Now it's your turn. Here's the uppercase. And the lowercase. That's it for A. Let's keep moving. The second letter we'll learn is another true friend, K. That means it's just like the English K. It always makes the K sound. In the printed forms, the only difference between upper and lowercase is the size. It's writing time. First, the printed versions. Here's the uppercase. And the lowercase. As for the handwritten version, the uppercase is quite similar to the printed letter, but different from the English cursive style. The lowercase is identical except for the size. Now let's write the cursive versions. Here's the uppercase. That means that we have to pick up our pen or pencil after writing the first stroke, and then connect K to the next letter with the second stroke. The lowercase version is the same. Great! You already learned 2 letters of the Russian alphabet. That means you're ready for your first Russian word. First, look at the printed version and try sounding it out. Did you read как? Well, you're right. This is how to write the word for how in Russian. Believe me, it's a lot better to learn new words in the original Russian, rather than relying on Roman letters. This will be the first of many new words for you. Now the fun part. We'll write it by hand. For words, I'll just do it in the cursive style. Congratulations! You just written your first Russian word. Now it's time for Zetzlanas Insights. Practice writing these letters and words until you don't even have to think about it. There is no better way to learn than to write the letters yourself. It's a good idea to keep a notebook with the new letters and words we'll learn in each lesson.
Hi everyone! Welcome to the Ultimate Russian Pronunciation Guide. In this lesson, you'll learn the top 5 Russian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. These are common mistakes that Russian learners tend to make, so pay close attention and make sure that you don't make these same mistakes too. Are you ready? Then let's get started. This is a rare sound that doesn't exist in many languages. Many Russian learners are unable to pronounce this vowel simply because it's unfamiliar to them. When Russian learners attempt to pronounce this vowel, they tend to pronounce it as I instead of U. This is an issue because the former sound is another vowel in Russian. Consider these 2 words. Бить, быть. These 2 words sound very similar, but their meanings are completely different. It is essential that you're able to clearly distinguish between the 2 vowels. I, U. The inability to do so could lead to some very problematic misunderstandings. We'll cover this sound in the next lesson. Stay tuned so that you can correct this common mistake. This is another letter that's difficult for Russian learners to deal with. The soft sign is a letter that acts like a modifier. It doesn't produce any sound on its own, but is instead used to affect a preceding letter's sound quality by adding palatalization. The problem arises when speakers pronounce words without paying attention to the tiny soft sign. Compare the following examples. Listen to Katya and pay attention to the way it's pronounced in the following words.
Брат, брать. Угол, уголь. Мать, мат.
Sometimes the soft sign may be the only quality that distinguishes two words. As you can see, ignoring the soft sign will undoubtedly lead to miscommunication. But don't worry, we'll teach you all about these sounds and palatalization throughout this series.
Щ.
This is another difficult sound for Russian learners. It should sound similar to the SH-CH sound in the words fresh cheese, but a little softer, or like the SH in the words ship or sheep. Be careful though, because it's not the same as the sh in shock. The sh in ship forces the tongue to be raised higher than in words like shock. Listen carefully to the way that Katya pronounces this consonant.
Щ. Щ. Плащ. Щука. Щетка.
Notice how it sounds a little more constricted and tense. It also sounds slightly longer than other consonants. If you want to know how to pronounce this sound correctly, stay tuned until Lesson 6, where we break it down in detail. There are many different ways to construct statements and questions in Russian, either with or without the use of interrogative words like what, why, when, how, and so forth. And because of this fact, things can get quite chaotic when improper intonation is used. Intonation can transform a statement into a question, and vice versa in Russian. Many students of Russian don't pay much attention to intonation. Without the proper intonation, however, it's very difficult for native listeners to judge whether the utterance is a statement or a question. Compare the following examples.
Это музей. Это музей?
The first example is a statement, meaning, this is a museum. The second is a question, meaning, is this a museum? As you can see, changing the intonation alone can change the meaning of a sentence entirely. Improper use of intonation can lead to very problematic communication. Try to pay attention to the way native Russians pronounce sentences and try to imitate them. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it straight away, though, because intonation usually comes naturally the more you study a language.
Й. И.
Many letters in Russian look very similar, and this can be a difficult problem for new learners. This is particularly true for these two letters.
Й.
Is a consonant, and it sounds like the Y sound in boy.
И.
Is actually a vowel, even though it looks very similar to the previous letter. It sounds like the I sound in visa. Consider the following examples.
Мой. Мои. Твой. Твои.
Clearly, failing to recognize these two letters will result in the wrong pronunciation. Try to be mindful of these two letters and other letters that may look alike in Russian. Now you know the top 5 Russian pronunciation mistakes to avoid. Try to be careful so that you don't make these same mistakes.
Today we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Готовы? Are you ready? Поехали! Then let's start. There are several ways to thank people. Let's start with the most common phrase спасибо. Спасибо. Спасибо means thank you. To say thank you very much, you just need to add большое. Большое спасибо. Большое спасибо. Большое means big. In context, большое спасибо literally means big thanks. So when someone thanks you, how should you answer? There are several ways to respond to this phrase. One which is fairly close in translation to the English phrase "you're welcome" is пожалуйста. It's very common in Russia, but we also use another phrase quite often. Не за что, which means not at all. The word пожалуйста means something like please in English. Пожалуйста. In English, it sounds a little bit strange to say please when somebody thanks you, right? But by using this word, you're indicating that you are pleased to be helpful. Не за что means more or less the same thing as пожалуйста, but offers a little more courtesy. Say не за что. Не за что. One which is fairly close in translation to the English phrase you're welcome is пожалуйста. It's very common in Russia, but we also use another phrase quite often, не за что, which means not at all. Now it's time for Zetzlanas tips. When saying thank you in Russia, body language is very important. Спасибо is the universal word and can be used in both formal and informal cases. You can make it sound more formal just by changing your intonation, like this. Спасибо. Friends usually act more openly and even slap each other on the shoulder. In any case, it's very important that your thanks be accompanied with smile and again, direct eye contact. Спасибо. Good job! That's it for this lesson. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings you'll use in Russian. Готовы? Are you ready? Поехали! Let's start. The most used informal greeting is привет. Привет. Привет means hi or hello. We use this greeting when we meet friends, cousins, or close relatives. Please keep in mind that it's a very informal greeting. If you're not close to someone or he or she is older than you, you should not use this word. Here's a more formal way to greet people. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. This is a very formal greeting that can be used any time of the day. As a variation, здравствуй can also be used. This is still a little casual, but much more formal than привет. Здравствуйте is actually a variation of здраво желаю, meaning I wish you health. So здравствуйте literally means I wish you to be healthy.
Здравствуй.
Russian also has equivalents to the English good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. They are доброе утро, добрый день, добрый вечер. They are similar to здравствуйте in politeness and formality. However, remember to use them at the proper time depending on whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. Доброе утро, which means good morning, is usually used before 12 p.m. Доброе утро. The word добрый means kind. Russians don't say good morning, they say kind morning. The word утро means morning, so literally this phrase means kind morning to you. Very sweet. Добрый день can either mean good afternoon or good day. Since the word здравствуйте can be used at any time of the day, we will hear it more than добрый день, but it's still a phrase you should learn. Добрый день. The final greeting is добрый вечер, and we usually use it after 6 p.m. The word вечер literally means evening. Kind evening to you. Добрый вечер. Very easy, right? The usual way to say goodbye in almost any situation is до свидания, which literally means till the next meeting. До свидания. If you're on casual terms with somebody, you may also use пока, which means bye or see you later. Пока. The phrase you use when leaving someone in the evening or just before bed is спокойной ночи. This phrase works both for formal and informal situations. Спокойной ночи. You can now greet people in many different ways in Russia. Congratulations! Now it's time for Zetzlanas tips. As I mentioned in our first lesson, Russians commonly greet each other by shaking hands or slightly nodding the head. What I want to add to this is that Russians are very superstitious people, so we never shake hands over the threshold between rooms. It's considered to be unlucky, so always go into the room first before shaking hands. Women usually kiss each other on the cheek 3 times, starting with the left cheek. Men hug and pat each other's backs.
Hello, привет! My name is Katyusha and welcome to Top 25 Russian Verbs. Let's start. Начнем. Быть. To be. To be or not to be. Быть или не быть. Я могу быть через 15 минут. I can be there in 15 minutes. Сказать. To say. Сказать. To say. Я хочу сказать. I would like to say, and then you keep saying what you want to say. The boss said, blah, blah, blah. Начальник сказал, and then you keep going what exactly he says. Мочь. Be able to. Мочь. To be able to. It is very close to the meaning of I can. For example, я могу тебе помочь. I'm able of helping you. I can help you. Говорить. To speak. Я говорю. I speak. For example, don't speak when I speak. Не говори, когда я говорю. Знать. To know. Знать. To know. I know what you know. Я знаю, что ты знаешь. Я знаю. I know. Ты знаешь. You know. Стать. To become. Стать. You can use it if you want to become somebody. So you can also say, I would like to become a designer. Я хотела бы стать дизайнером. Я хотела бы стать дизайнером. Есть. To exist. There is. I exist. Я есть. Хотеть. To want. Хотеть. To want. Я хочу. I want. What do you want? Что ты хочешь? Видеть. To see. Видеть. To see. Я тебя вижу. I can see you. Я тебя вижу. Идти. To go. Идти. To go. For example, when you want to say let's go, it changes to пошли. Пошли. But if you just use идти, we can go to zoo. Мы можем пойти в зоопарк. I don't want to go anywhere. Я никуда не хочу идти. Я никуда не хочу идти. Стоять. To stand. Стоять. I had to stand in a train for 2 hours. Мне пришлось стоять в поезде 2 часа. Думать. To think. Думать. Think. I think that... Бла-бла-бла-бла. Я думаю, что... Бла-бла-бла-бла. You use it when you want to say something. Your own opinion about something. Я не думаю, что это хорошая идея. I don't think it's a good idea. Спросить. To ask. Спросить. Ask. For example, if you lost your way in a city, so you want to ask someone how to get to the next bus station, you can stop a person and just say, могу я спросить? Can I ask you? Могу я спросить? Sorry, can I ask you? And then you can ask how to get somewhere. Жить. To live. Жить. To live. When you introduce yourself and you want to say where you live, exactly which city, which town, which country, or like which district. So, я живу в Москве. I live in Moscow. Смотреть. To watch. To look. Смотреть. I look at you. Я смотрю на тебя. Your mom can see that you have dirty jeans or something. She could say, посмотри на себя. Look at yourself. Look at you. With the face like that. I watch a lot of movies. Я смотрю много фильмов. Сидеть. To sit. Сидеть. Sit. I don't like to sit. Я не люблю сидеть. For example, if you say, I don't like to sit on one spot, literally it means я не люблю сидеть на одном месте. Which means you like to move a lot and like to do different things and have a lot of things to do. Кушать. To eat. What do you like to eat? Что ты любишь кушать? Что ты любишь кушать? Иметь. To have. Иметь. To have. Я имею 3 собаки. I have 3 dogs. Делать. To do. I can do this. Я могу это сделать. Я могу, which means I can do. For example, you're doing your homework, so you can say Я делаю домашнее задание. Literally, I'm doing my homework right now. What are you doing today? Что ты сегодня делаешь? Взять. To take. Взять. To take. Я могу тебя взять с собой. I can take you with me. Понимать. To understand. Понимать. To understand. So you're like complaining about life and then your friend goes like, Я понимаю. Я тебя так понимаю. I understand you so much. I understand what you mean. I can feel what you're saying. Казаться. To appear. To seem. It seems it's gonna rain tomorrow. Кажется, завтра будет дождь. It's close to I think, but you're not sure. It's not your real opinion about something, it's just you're guessing. Давать. To give. You can say, give me please. Дай мне, пожалуйста. Дай мне, пожалуйста. Or you can say, давайте. It's a bit different meaning, means let's do something. Давайте. Давайте пойдем гулять. Let's go for a walk. I'd like to give you a piece of advice. Я хочу дать тебе совет. Ходить. To walk. To go. Ходить. To walk, to go. So it's similar to идти, which means go somewhere, like visiting some classes. For example, you can say, I want to go to ballet classes. Я хочу ходить на занятия балета. Я хочу ходить на занятия балета. I like walking. Я люблю ходить. Спать. To sleep. Спать. To sleep. I don't want to sleep right now. Я не хочу сейчас спать. I really want to sleep. Я очень хочу спать. Don't sleep, don't sleep. Не спи, не спи. You can see somebody is falling asleep. You're like, don't sleep, don't sleep. Не спи, не спи. This is it, our 25 top Russian verbs. Now, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you later. Пока-пока. Subscribe. Subscribe.
In this lesson, we'll continue our study of the Russian alphabet by learning the 3 remaining true friends. Ready to go? Well then, let's get started. In this lesson, we'll learn these 3 letters. Because these are true friends, we know that they are going to look and sound like English letters. Our first true friend of the lesson is M. And yep, it makes an M sound. While some Russian letters do change their sound, M is always pronounced this way. Notice how the upper and lowercase printed versions are identical except for the size, unlike the English M. As we mentioned in the last lesson, you will see the print form on menus, packages, and maps, so you better learn to read them. Let's write them now. Remember, we are writing the printed forms just for practice. You won't see the printed forms written like this in Russian. Here's the uppercase. And the lowercase. Now that we've seen the printed forms of M, let's take a look at how to write it by hand. The cursive uppercase M looks like this. It's much sharper than the English cursive, but very easy to write. Lowercase m is exactly the same as uppercase, but just a little smaller. Also, when lowercase m comes after another letter, we add a small hook on the left. We'll cover it more when we practice writing some full words. Now we'll write them. Uppercase M is a single stroke, so you can connect easily to the next letter without lifting your pen or pencil. That's all there is to M. Let's move on. The second letter you learn in this lesson is another true friend, O. As you can guess, Russian O is the same as English O, and in printed form it's almost identical. It is usually pronounced as O. Sometimes it sounds like A. In later lessons, I'll tell you more about when and why the pronunciation changes. Here's how to write the printed versions. And the lowercase. It's cursive time. If you know how to write a cursive O in English, this shouldn't be a problem for you. O is a single stroke, so you can connect easily to the next letter without lifting your pen or pencil. As for the lowercase o, it's exactly the same but slightly smaller. Both the lower and uppercase versions connect to the next letter from the bottom. Now let's finish up this lesson with our very last true friend, O. Our final true friend is the letter T. The Russian T acts just like the T in English. In the printed version, both the upper and lowercase letters look like uppercase English T's, but with the different sizes. Here's how to write the printed versions. And the lowercase. As for the cursive versions, this one is a bit more difficult. The uppercase version looks like this. As you can see, it's not similar to the printed form or English cursive styles. If you thought uppercase was difficult, well, sorry, lowercase t is no easier. It looks a lot like a handwritten English M. If you get confused between the handwritten T and M in Russian, just remember that M is pointy and sharp, like mountains. Once you practice writing these a few times, they won't seem so difficult. T consists of 4 separate strokes, and you pick up your pen before writing the next letter. And the lowercase. Okay, well done! I think you're ready to learn some new words. Can you read it? It's pronounced tam. This is the word for there in Russian. Now let's practice writing it. We'll start with the T, move smoothly into the A, and then finish it off with that mountainous M. Remember how I said that M gets a little hook when it follows another letter? Well, here it is. Why do we have it? Many Russian cursive letters look similar, so we have to use a hook before M to show that we are writing a new letter. Getting tired yet? I think you can handle another new word. Can you read it? It's pronounced kto. You just learned the word for who in Russian. Time to write it. Let's start out with a ka, transition to a nice rounded T, and finish it up with o. Let's take it one step further. We are going to combine the last 2 words and write a very useful phrase, kto tam. It means who's there? You can use it when somebody knocks on your door. Start with кто, except with a capital K this time. Now follow it up with там. Don't forget the hook. And of course, we'll end the question with a question mark. It's done. Now it's time for Zetzlanas Insights. Be sure to add кто and там to your notebook. We'll add new words in every lesson, and by the end of the series, you will have a very useful collection of words that you wrote yourself. Now we are going to take a look at some slightly more difficult Russian letters, the false friends. While true friends look and sound like their English counterparts, false friends look like English letters but sound completely different. Ready to go? Let's get started. In this lesson, we'll learn how to read and write two false friends in both printed and cursive forms. Our first letter is Y. You really want this letter to make an E sound, don't you? Even the upper and lower cases are the same as the English. This letter, however, sounds like Y and sometimes E. In later lessons, we'll tell you more about when and why the pronunciation changes. While Y is a false friend, at least it's not trying to deceive you too much. Here's the uppercase and the lowercase. Now let's take a look at how to write it in cursive. The cursive version of uppercase Y looks like this. It's nearly identical to the English cursive and easy to write. Y is a single stroke, so you can continue with the next letter after the uppercase without lifting your pen or pencil. Now let's take a look at the lowercase handwritten Y. Again, it's similar to the English cursive, but in Russian, their starting point isn't from the bottom. Now we'll write them. And the lowercase. For both the upper and lowercase versions, it's easy to connect to the next letter. The second false friend we'll learn in this lesson is N. As you can see, it looks exactly like an English H. But of course it doesn't sound like one. It's actually pronounced like the English N. You could always rotate the middle line in your head to make them into N's. Here's how to write the printed versions. And the lowercase. Now let's take a look at how to write N in cursive. The uppercase version looks like this. As you can see, the cursive version of N is very different from the printed version and is written in a single stroke that ends at the bottom rather than the top. As for the lowercase, it's a little bit different. Handwriting time. And the lowercase. That's all for new letters in this lesson. So let's practice writing these letters in some new words. First up is something you'll need to use every day, and probably already know. Try sounding it out. Did you guess нет? If so, great job! You may have already known this word before you watched this lesson, but I'll bet you haven't written it before, so let's do it now. Let's make this an exclamation. Нет. So we'll start with an uppercase N, followed by a lowercase Y and T. Then we'll polish it off with an exclamation point. Нет. Are you ready to stop? Нет? I knew it. We'll learn two more words that are very important and that you will hear all the time. Try reading them out loud. Did you say on? Great. What about она? Probably not, huh? Here you can hear how O can be pronounced as both O and A. Again, we'll talk later about why this happens. On is the male personal pronoun, the Russian equivalent of he, and она is the word for she. Pretty useful. Now let's try writing them. Let's start on with a nice O and transition smoothly into the N. Great! Now let's write она. Start with the O again, then make a beautiful N and finish it out with an A. Nice work! Now it's time for Zetzlanas Insights. You may notice that there are some pretty big differences between Russian and English cursive styles. Russian cursive is much more common and more complicated. But it's fun, and you'll really be able to impress your Russian friends with your beautiful penmanship. One structural difference between Russian and English cursive styles is their starting and ending points of letters. In English, letters usually start from the bottom of the writing line. But in Russian, all lowercase letters start slightly above the line. This gives the Russian script a much different look and is part of the reason that some letters have hooks. Well, that's all for this lesson.
Hello everyone! My name is Katyusha. I will be with you today for Russian Weekly Words. We're gonna start together our first lesson, and it's very exciting! I don't know what's gonna be there, and I don't know any words I'm gonna teach you from now on, but let's have a look. Let me check. Takes a bit long time. Hobbies. Увлечение. Играть на музыкальном инструменте. Play a musical instrument. Oh, my childhood, I was dreaming to play piano. I always wanted to play a musical instrument. Я всегда хотела сыграть на музыкальном инструменте. We're good? Okay. Something about the play again. No, we're moving to sports right now. I like watching sports. Olympic Games, I'm waiting for it. Катание на коньках. Ice skating. Recently, Japan is getting very strong in it, but of course, Russia. To glide on skates, I would say, if we translate it like from word to word, we're ice skating. Мы катаемся на коньках. Let's go ice skating tonight on our sleepy iPad. Рисовать. Draw. Can you draw? I can draw a little bit on the napkin when I'm in a cafe or something like that, in a very artistic way of drawing. I would like to draw something. Я бы хотела что-нибудь нарисовать. Я бы хотела что-нибудь нарисовать. Would you like to draw something? Next one, maybe guys will be interested in. Рыбачить. Fishing, right? Why not? It's summer, the weather is great. We can just go outside, pull a tent out and just stay and go to the river and do fishing and fish. We can cook the fish later. Рыбачить is a verb and the noun is рыба, fish. I go fishing from now on. Прямо сейчас я иду рыбачить. You got it? The next one is my favorite. Танец. It's dancing. To dance. Танцевать. Dance. To dance. Let's go to club to dance. Yay! Пошли в клуб танцевать. Outside in the parking, do some break dancing. Next time you can do some cool movements. You can say it in Russian. Танцевать. I like dancing. Я люблю танцевать. Oh no! It says the end. For now, it's just the first lesson is over. Nice talking to you. Okay, I'll see you next time. It was Katyusha with you. Bye. It's like tiger, you know, like lion. Hi everyone, it's me again, Katyusha, with you and top 25 Russian adjectives. Now, let's begin. Страшный. Scary. Does it look like scary? This movie is so scary. Этот фильм очень страшный. I shouldn't say it with a smile on my face, but... Большой. Big. Big. I love watching большой балет. You know? You cannot say it's big ballet. Literally, the people who likes ballet, they know that there is a very famous ballet in Moscow, which is called большой балет. So you cannot translate it as a big ballet. You have to still say it большой балет. Okay? Let's go watch большой балет. For example, bring me that big basket. Принеси мне эту большую корзину. Принеси мне ту большую корзину. Быстрый. Fast. Быстрый. Fast and quick is the same. In Russian is быстрый. Run as fast as you can. Беги так быстро, как только можешь. Беги так быстро, как только можешь. Sometimes when the people want to rush you and do something really quick, they can tell you, быстро, быстро. Like quick, fast, move, you know. Быстро, быстро. Move your legs. Медленный. Slow. Медленный. Why are you so slow? Почему ты такой медленный? Простой. Simple. It's not that simple. Все не так просто. I like this skirt. It's very simple. Мне нравится эта юбка. Она очень простая. Высокий. High. Tall. Высокий. You're so tall. Ты такой высокий. Or you can say, giraffe is so tall. Wow. Жираф такой высокий. Главный. Main. Main menu. Or you can also use this adjective for meaning that there is a person higher than you. Like, for example, your boss or your manager, executive manager, somebody like that. So you can ask, when you want to ask who is in charge here, you can ask, кто здесь главный? Which means, who is the main person here? I need to talk to the boss of the boss. So, who is in charge? Кто главный? Сильный. Strong. Strong. I'm not that strong. Я не очень сильная. This singer has a very strong voice. У этой певицы очень сильный голос. Длинный. Long. My nose is too long. Мой нос очень длинный. His hair is quite long. У него довольно длинные волосы. Добрый. Kind. He was so kind to me. Он был очень добр ко мне. Злой. Mean. Mean. He's so mean. Or she's so mean. I don't know why. Она такая злая, я не знаю почему. Она очень злая. She is very mean. Горячий. Hot. Hot drinks, hot food, or literally things that are hot. And you can also use for someone you find somebody hot, you know. So you can say, she's hot. Wow, она горячая. Or you can say, ой, this tea is hot. Ой, этот чай горячий. In Russian, instead of ouch, we say ой or ай. Ай, ой. Холодный. Cold. Winters in Russia are super cold. Русские зимы очень холодные. Okay. Первый. First. Okay, move. I came first. Уйди. Я пришел первый. Grannies are queuing in a shop for something, in a store. They can be arguing who was first and who left the queue and then came back. So they talk about it a lot. Like, oh no, I was first. Нет, я первая. So it's funny to watch. First time I saw this movie. Первый раз я посмотрела это кино. Плохой. Bad. Mostly we use it as not so bad. How are you? Not bad. Как дела? Неплохо. So bad is плохо or плохой, but not bad is неплохо. Не means not. How was your surgery? Как прошла операция? It was really bad. Очень плохо. Известный. famous, известный. She dreams to be famous. Она мечтает быть известной. Famous. Она мечтает стать известной. Her dream is to become famous. Последний. Latest. Literally, последний means last. Something that comes last. For example, you can use it when you haven't seen your friend for a while. Последний раз я тебя видел было зимой. Last time I saw you, it was in winter. Your mom can tell you, last time I talked to you, it was 2 weeks ago. Последний раз, когда я с тобой говорила, это было 2 недели назад. So she's kind of complaining. Короткий. Short. I have short hair. У меня короткие волосы. My holiday was too short. Мои выходные были очень короткие. Of course you want your holidays to last longer. Красивый. Beautiful. This picture is so beautiful. Эта фотография такая красивая. Сложный. Difficult. This task is very difficult. Это задание очень сложное. For example, you can say you're reading a book and it's too difficult for your understanding. So you can say, this is so difficult. Это очень сложно. Or this book is too difficult. Эта книжка очень сложная. Легкий. The next adjective is light. This conversation is really light. Этот разговор очень легкий. Literally means that somebody or something is really light, like weight. So, for example, this computer is really light. So, этот компьютер очень легкий. Or you can use it as a meaning that somebody, it's easy to talk to someone or easy to communicate. So you can also say light, легкий. Our conversation started easily, which means наш разговор начался легко. So it's without any thinking, just, natural. Хороший, good. As you hear Russian people communicating, they say it a lot. When somebody asks them, how are you? They say хорошо. And then as okay, they can also use хорошо. So every time I want to confirm that, yes, I listened to you, I heard what you said, and okay. So I can say хорошо. Хорошо, хорошо, хорошо. So we use it a lot. This movie was really good. Этот фильм был очень хороший. Очень хороший фильм. Or очень хорошая книга. Or очень хороший кофе. Coffee, very good coffee. Right? So which means it's really good. Хороший. Отдаленный. Far. As many other Russian adjectives, they are easily transformed into adverbs. So, for example, the far in English doesn't change, but in Russian, the adjective отдаленный can change into adverb. The Russian adjective far can change into adverb, which sounds a bit different, далеко. So, if I use an adjective, I can say, this shop is a bit far from my home. Этот магазин отдален от моего дома. But if I want to say an adverb, I should say, in English it doesn't really change. But in Russian it would sound a bit different. This shop is a bit far from my home. So, магазин далеко от моего дома. Этот магазин немного далеко от моего дома. For this adjective, we mostly use it in adverb. I can see really far. Я могу смотреть очень далеко. Я могу видеть очень далеко. Also, this adjective you can use if there is a person living with you, for example, or your best friend, but you can see that in his thoughts he's somewhere not with you. So you can say he's отдаленный. He's somewhere away from me, So you can say, I don't know why, he's really far in his thoughts. Я не знаю почему, но он очень отдаленный от меня. So, which means he doesn't pay attention to who is next to this person. Маленький. Small. Small. For example, this world is really small. Наш мир очень мал. Наш мир очень маленький. Скучный. Boring. So, for example, this speech is too boring. Эта речь очень нудная or скучная. Эта речь очень скучная. So yes, you can use instead of скучный, which is boring, one more word. It's same meaning, but it sounds a bit different, and it sounds like that. Нудный. Нудный. Скучный. Нудный. Basically same meaning. He is so boring. Он такой нудный. Maybe it's used more for describing people and somebody's character. Okay, let's get some extra adjectives for you. Lazy. Ленивый. It's so easy to be lazy. Так легко быть ленивым. Очень легко быть ленивым. Don't be lazy. Не ленись. Now, next adjective should be благодарный. Grateful. I'm very grateful. Я очень благодарный. Я очень благодарен. I'm very grateful to you. Я очень тебе благодарен. I guess that's it. Top 25 Russian adjectives. Done. Thank you for staying with me, Katyusha. I hope you enjoyed Top 25 Russian adjectives. And I hope to see you again with me and some extra Russian words. And don't forget to subscribe. Пока-пока. Top 25 Russian adjectives.